Hi everyone, welcome in another session of data analytics. Today we are going to explain about week 5 project in details. Okay, what is going to be the week 5 project that we are going to explain in details. Okay, so let me first share my screen. Hopefully, my screen is all visible to you. So now we are going ahead with the explanation of this week 5 project. So week 5 project is mainly based on generative AI and automation in data analytics, how we have already viewed it the same way. Okay. So here it contains around 50 projects. So you can take any one and the detailed explanation of the project has been given for each one of them. Okay, so this is how you need to work. So here mainly you need to make a use of generative AI along with automation. So if any of the language needs to be preferred over here, the like the programming language, you can definitely use Python to do the task because we have already understood how to do automation using Python, like preparing the report and automating emails that we have already seen in case of Python, right? So Python would be the language that you'll be using for this automation purpose. Okay, now I am going ahead to explain one or two projects from here so that you can just understand about it. And the rest of the project has been equally explained up here, and you can just take it accordingly. So let's just go ahead with first project, that is AI powered data cleaning automation. So that is automate the detection and correction of inconsistency or and errors in data set to improve the data quality. Okay. Here it mentions the steps going down, collect the raw data, identify the missing and incorrect values, apply AI models for error detection, automate the correction, and validate the clean data. Okay, so here basically what we are doing, like by this project, what you people will be able to do. So, okay, after the end of this project, you will be able to understand this real world data issue because this is an issue, right? Every time we need to work, we need to just pre-process our data. Without pre-processing, we won't be able to go ahead with the data. So doing the pre-processing is the major task up here, right? So now you will be also learning the professional data cleaning workflow using Python libraries and applying AI for smart error detection, building the automation pipeline. Okay, and you need to at the end validate and document the cleaned data set. Okay, so I'll just give you the project architecture. So first we have the raw data. Next it will move it down to, okay, this one. Okay, now here basically what we will be doing, we will be doing data profiling. What is data profiling? It is understanding the data. Okay, then you are going with error detection. Then you are going ahead with automate cleaning and correlation. That is correction. So that you are doing. Coming down with validation and quality check. Next, you'll go down to clean and reliable data set. Okay, so this is what you will be doing. This should be there in your mind that first we are going down with the raw data, control C, then you'll be going control V. We are putting it here. Basically, you will start with raw data, then you will go down to data profiling, that is understanding the data. Then you'll go down to correcting, like error correcting. Then you'll go down to automating the cleaning, automatic cleaning and correction. Next, you'll move down to validation and quality check and clean the reliable data set. Okay. So step by step, what you'll be doing, first one is going down to collect the raw data. Because first one is raw data, so you need to collect the raw data. So you can get the data, raw data using CSV format or Excel XS format, Excel SX format. Like that, you will be getting it. So you have to take it accordingly. Also, you can get it in JSON format. You need to load it using pandas. You need to assume, you never assume that the data is clean. Then you'll be doing like you need to understand the data. Like you need to get some of the key questions like how many rows, columns, what each column represent, is the data realistic, like this kind of things. Okay. In data profiling, you will be checking the column names, identify the data types, find the missing values, find duplicates, get the basic statistics, everything you will be doing up there. Okay. Next, coming down, you will be doing a data issue report. For example, suppose any of the column, like there is age, that there is age column, there is missing value. Salary column, you have got negative values. Column, the column with the date, there is inconsistency in the format, that you will be noting down. Okay. Now, coming down to the third one, that is error detection. There you will be simple allowing some of the logic to understand that. So age, you will be allowing age that is less than 0, that will be invalid. You will just replace them with any of the median value, or you can also forward fill the value if because the values are going middle. Also, you can fill it with the median value, whatever choose what is good to you. You can do that. About salary, salary would equal to 0 would be suspicious, so you will be just removing that and you will check with that as well. Okay, either you can fill it with the median value or you can forward fill the values. Coming down to the date format mismatch, that is also a problem. You need to fix it, and you will be going with string to the numerical columns. Okay, if there is any string in the numerical column, you will just avoid that. You will just remove that with any of the normal numerical value like that. Okay, coming down with the fourth step, that is the error detection. So error detection would be AI based. Okay, so some errors are not obvious, like the misspell categories, contextual error, inconsistency in the data, text data, logical inconsistency. So you will send the column sample or the pattern to GPT and ask GPT to identify the abnormalities, suggest the corrections and standardize the text values. Okay, so this will given this value identify the incorrect entries and suggest some of the corrections. So you need to just work on like that. Okay, so this is how you are incorporating Gen AI also into it. Okay, coming down with the automated correction pipeline. So this is basically once the logic is finalized, you have to automate it. That is like what are the parts that need to be taken care, that you need to handle, like the correction, what are the correction you have made. Suppose filling the missing values, you have used mean, median or mode. Based on that, you have gone ahead fixing the data types, removing or merging the duplicates, like that you are moving it, and standardizing the text that you are doing, and capping or removing the outlier, that is what you are doing up. Okay, so it is always the reusable function that we will be using up here. This will make it automated. Okay, then we will go down with data validation part. So it is the critical step. So you must prove that the data is clean. So validation check needs to be done that there is no missing values are allowed, correct data types for all of the columns that we are going, valid ranges we need to put, there should be a business logic that is there, that is putting in about this. After that, you are going down with the final, that is cleaning and reliable data set that you are getting in the final output and the documentation. So in the final output and documentation, you are getting the clean data set. Python actually cleaning the pipeline and data quality report, and you will be getting that getting that in details. Okay, so these are the steps that need to be worked accordingly. Okay, so this is how you need to take into. So your responsibility for this part would be following the step-by-step pipeline and writing the clean, readable code so that we are able to get into through and we are able to make this work in an automated format. Okay, so this is about this. Hopefully, you have understood it. So, coming down to the next one, we can just have an idea about this next one, that is generative AI for synthetic data generation. So basically, what problem we are solving here? So the data is scarce, right? So in like data, to be very honest, data is private in case of healthcare, finance. So the data collection is expensive and risky too. Okay, so we have the data imbalance that needs to be taken. So what happens? So machine learning models fails without enough quality data. So what can be the solution? So we use generative AI to create realistic synthetic data that behaves like the real data without copying it. What is the synthetic data? Synthetic data is artificially generated data, statistically similar to the real data, and this is not from the real people or real events. It is like created through generative AI. Okay, through Gen AI, we are creating it. It is safe to share and we can also reuse it. Okay, so suppose we have got, if the real patient age is mostly between suppose 25 to 27. So synthetic data will follow the same pattern, not random numbers it will be putting. So that is the power of generative AI. Okay, now here what you will be understanding by this problem, like by this project, you will be understanding about generative AI concept. You will learn about Gen architecture, like generator plus discriminator. That part you will be understanding in details. You will be able to use TensorFlow, PyTorch accordingly and able to handle data scarcity problems. Okay, so here basically how what are the steps they have given? It had given gather real data, train GAN model, and then generate synthetic data and validate similar to real data used for model training. This is what they have asked you to do. So coming down here, the same way what we will be doing, we will be finding out the architecture for this. So that comes out with the real data. So we'll have the real data. Next, we will come down with the understanding of the data. Then moving down, you need to train Gen, that is generator to discriminator, that part. Next, you need to move into generate synthetic data. Next, you move into validate similarity and quality. And then you need to move out with the combining the real with the synthetic data. Then you will be train the ML models accordingly. Okay, so this is the task. So first you need to gather and understand the real data so that you load the real data, understand the features, targets, identify the data type. This all you'll be doing. Next, the pre-processing, handling the missing value, normalizing, like the scaling part of it, encoding categorical variables, removing the extreme noises that you'll be doing. Then you will understand the gens concept, that is generator that creates the fake but synthetic data. It tries to fool the discriminator. Okay, so this is the one. And discriminator, it actually detects the real versus fake data, acts like a quality checker. Okay, so coming down, generator is basically the, you can think about, for an example, student forging assignment. Okay, that is the generator. And coming down, discriminator, teacher checking the authenticity. Okay, so this is the part of a generator and discriminator. Coming down to the training of the gen model. So you will be taking the data set, like combining the data set together. After validating, you will be combining the data set together and you will be training the, like before that, you have to train the gen model. That is, it defines the generator network, it will define the discriminator network, it will train them alternatively, and you need to monitor the losses. Okay, so this is what you need to do it. A trained gen actually would be capable of generating realistic samples. So for that, it needs to be taken. Then it comes down to the generate synthetic data. So you will take the sample random noise, pass it through the generator, and convert the output into the data set format and store the synthetic data. This would be the work of the generating synthetic data. Then you'll go down for validating the synthetic data quality. You will check for the statistical similarity, visual validation, model-based validation, everything you will be checking. You will be checking like if the model performance improves, the synthetic data is useful. So that is the case. Now coming down, you will be using the synthetic data for model training, real data plus synthetic data. So you'll retrain the ML model and evaluate the robustness. Okay. So this is how you need to work with this one. Okay. So this is how you have to work. So I guess you have understood how you need to work with this one. There are 50 enlisted problems out here. You have to choose one and accordingly work with that. Okay. So that's all, guys. Coming down after that, you have to record the presentation. Yeah. I guess I'm audible. Yes, fine. So after that, you have to record your presentation. So in your presentation, you have to explain each one of it in detail so that things are easily understandable to the one to the evaluator mainly, so that the in the evaluation process everything goes smooth and your whatever you are explaining or you are doing, that is well explained by you. Okay, then coming down to the to sharing your project. So you need to share your project through mail before deadline. Guys, I am reminding you again and again, don't miss the deadline. If you are missing the deadline, you are in a problem. Okay, so don't miss the deadline. So you have to submit your project through mail. So in the mail, you have to submit your project in a way that you have to give the details accordingly. Like you have to attach the file, this collab file. You are working with the collab file, so your collab file should be there. And like suppose you are creating this, and also you need to attach the data set. Okay, and also, I don't remember all of the project, which one you'll be choosing, if anything extra. Suppose you are generating the report through Gen AI. Okay, then you need to share that report as well. Okay, so that is how the things will be working. Okay, so you have to share it. Along with that, you have to share the GitHub link. you need to take this project to the GitHub and share with us with the GitHub repo link. Along with that, you also need to share the video presentation link, and along with that, you also need to share the video presentation link. Okay, so guys, don't miss out anything in the mail. You need to share each and everything that, because based on that, your marks, like your performance will be evaluated and you will be given with the marks accordingly. Okay, so thank you everyone. Hopefully you have understood everything in details about the project. Then also, if you are facing any issue, any problem, you can reach out to us. We will be there to help you out. Thank you everyone. Bye.